As you can see, I'm sitting in a car, and Natalie and Jenna wanted to explore. Well, Jenna wanted to explore downtown Excelsior. Natalie obliged. Anybody who knows me knows that in this kind of weather, the last thing I want to do is explore downtown anything. But actually, I was gonna name this live chat. Oh no, not again. To explain why I'm doing this from a car in downtown Excelsior is the crazy series of events have occurred since everyone came into town for the celebration of life for Tony. The first thing, well, for a huge storm blew through, and the first thing that happened is that the Airbnb where George and Sandy and Cheryl and Nora was staying had all power knocked out. And the thing is, that property is on a well. Well, a well requires power in order to pump water. So their whole Airbnb was without power and without. Hold on. I'm live. Uh-oh. Why'd the signal crash? Can you guys see me? I look frozen. Can you guys just tell me in the live chat right now, am I frozen? This is awkward. All right, hold on, guys. Am I frozen? Okay. Hey, we're back. Okay, good. All right, I don't know really why it froze. I don't know how I got back. Oh, okay, eating at sushi place, come when you're done. Oh. Okay, fine. I guess they changed their plans. We were going to order sushi and bring it home. Okay, anyway, we're going to keep going here. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Power, water, out for the Airbnb. You know, for a region like this that's used to a lot of storm activity, no big deal. You're like, okay, it'll be back on in a few hours. Nope. Their Airbnb was without power and water for the entire time they were here. So they had to find another place to stay. And then, the place where we were doing the celebration of life event, the morning of, power line falls down. The place is without electricity. And it's like 90 degrees outside, and the place is without electricity. Luckily, pretty much exactly at the time the event began, the electric crew had everything restored, and the air conditioning could thankfully be turned back on at the facility. Okay, so then what happens? Then what happens is we get back. We a whole bunch of us stayed. Natalie's family and some friends stayed at the place where the celebration of life event was. It's called the Guest House. It's kind of like an Airbnb, but Natalie's friend is the owner of the place, and so we all just crashed there. So we go back to Natalie's house this morning. Internet's out. The internet is out. No internet, no Wi-Fi, and normally on my devices I could use my phone as a hotspot, but there's also practically no cell connection. That is how I ended up doing this from a car in downtown Excelsior, while Jenna and Natalie explore. I'm sure they're having fun. Actually, they're eating now, so I should probably go join them soon, but I'm not going to bail on this now that I started it. Okay, so let's see. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Got a little thing clipped here. Let's see. Hit me with, if anyone got any questions, you guys, maybe I'll do this for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then I'll go and join the ladies for some sushi. Let's see what we got. Oh, you know what? Yeah. I've actually got my laptop open in front of me, and I figured it would be easier to see comments there, but I'm actually not even sure that it is. But yeah. All right, guys. Anyone got any comments or questions about anything at all? Really, just figured I'd jump in here since I didn't just want to sit here doing nothing. But I mean, you guys, I don't know, anything over 70 degrees, guys, and I'm uncomfortable. People ask me all the time, why do you live in Florida? If my 3 girls had not been born and raised in Florida and didn't have friends and lives and school, I would not live in Florida. I'm not built for it. And the weather right now in Minnesota is pretty much exactly like it is in Clearwater, Florida, unfortunately. All right, let's see. Oh, it says, have you enjoyed Lake Minnetonka? Did Natalie take you to Lord Fletcher's? If not, make her. So this was a pretty short trip. We came in, we flew in Saturday. The event was on Sunday. That was yesterday. Today is, the recoup day after the event, and we fly out tomorrow morning. So it wasn't exactly a trip for appropriate for excursions. But we were here just a few weeks ago, and we did go out on Lake Minnetonka and had a nice little tour. I don't remember Lord Fletcher's, but I will ask her about that. Let's see. Oh, guys, it was incredible. There was about 250 people that showed up to the event. Really incredible. So many out-of-towners came. So many people who you guys would recognize, regulars in the live chats and other creators, and it was just fantastic. And the entire event, it wasn't there wasn't like a scheduled time where everyone had to sit down and there was some speech. Like, really what it was is it was just an opportunity to enjoy the company of a lot of friends. And really, I think Natalie maybe at one point gave like a 5 or 10 minute speech, and her sister Lana did a very special hula. You realize the family's from Hawaii, and I didn't fully understand what hula was. And when I heard that Lana was going to do like a hula dedicated to Tony, I didn't really have an idea of what that would be or what that would look like, but it was amazing, and it was very emotional, and it was quite something. So Natalie spoke, Lana did a special hula, and Clearwater George spoke for just a few minutes, and other than that, it was relaxing, chatting, getting to know people, getting to know new friends, meeting Natalie's family, and just having a good time. But really, it was like 250 people. It was amazing. Thank God the air conditioning got turned on in time. Let's see. All right, just scrolling through here, guys. This says, sounds like Tony was making his presence known. Yeah, sounds like Tony was playing a prank on you guys. Queen Thayton is in the chat. Yes, Queen Thayton is one of the. Queen Thayton was at the event yesterday. What is it that you say? You and Nora have very impressive handshakes. Is that an Elron thing? It's actually not it's not an Elron thing. It's not really a Scientology thing. In fact, shaking hands to greet someone is actually something that's not even really done in Scientology. It's not that there's any specific reason why it's not done. It's just not a thing that is done. It's not like if someone were to try to shake your hand, you'd be like, whoa, what's with this guy? It's just not a cultural norm in Scientology. And I don't even know how to explain why. Even if you're meeting someone for the very first time, it is not customary amongst staff members or SEERG members. And this is my experience. You might have different, you might get different, different former Scientologists might give you different experiences on this. But even particularly in the Sea Org. If you're meeting a new Sea Org member for the first time, shaking hands isn't really a thing. So no, I don't know how to explain. If if you notice, all you former Scientologists seem to have a very particular handshake. I don't really have any explanation for that one. Just kind of how it is. All right, let's see. Oh, how would you greet people? Just with a hello, just a hi, you know, a smile, direct eye contact, enthusiasm, like, hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. What are you doing here? What course are you starting? Good, excellent. It's, again, like I'm saying, you're going to get a lot of different feedback on this particular issue from different people, I'm sure. But my experience with this couldn't have been just unique to me. I mean, it was what I'm saying. My experience spans Philadelphia, it spans Flag, it spans PAC in Hollywood, and it's just not a cultural thing. I couldn't even give you some Scientology explanation for it. There's literally no reason why shaking hands would not be a thing. I don't even know how to explain it. It's one of the weirdest things. All right, let's see. Oh yes, Grammy Jen says yes, the hula was so beautiful. Loved Lana. Pause for Andrea. Loved Lana's hula tribute to the Hawaiian version of Songbird. Actually, let me ask you guys: was the hula portion? Was Natalie's speech live streamed? Was the hula dance live streamed? Maybe it was. KFIC89 says, so he explains how to clean a bathroom, but not how to greet a person. Yeah. It's funny. This came up on another live stream a couple weeks ago where I was explaining about the shaking of the hands thing. I honestly have no idea why that would be something that isn't emphasized, just as far as having like good manners or a good PR. Scientologists, I mean, for an organization that has the most horrendous PR that an organization could possibly have, they do internally, I know this seems like a contradiction, but you know, they do very much emphasize and pride themselves on having really good PR tech, right? Having really good PR. L. Ron Hubbard wrote a lot about PRO area control, which is Public Relations Officer Area Control, which, I mean, to this day, I'm not sure I could tell you exactly what even Scientologists think that means. I mean, I think generally speaking, they would say, what, like if you said, what does PRO area control mean? Like, it's a weird phrase. They'd probably be like, just, you know, everyone around you thinks well of you. Scientologists have convinced themselves that everyone around them thinks well of them, that they have excellent PRO area control, and that all the negative stuff you hear about Scientology, that's just the press. That's the journalists. The press are funded by Big Pharma and Big Psych, you know, through all the pharma ads and everything. And, you know, it's only the press that wants you to think Scientology has a bad reputation. But in reality, they would say we have excellent PRO area control. So you would think that because of that shaking hands would be part of the drill. No, it's just not. All right. Oh, could it be a Navy thing? Napoleon and Rex. Oh, that's interesting. Could it be a Navy thing? Is shaking hands, greeting someone by shaking hands in the Navy not a thing because you're either saluting or you're not? Actually, hey, you guys in the live chat, is, in your opinion, if you were in the Navy, is this a carryover from that? So many of the things in Scientology, culturally speaking, after L. Ron Hubbard created the Sea Organization in '67, a lot of the norms that L. Ron Hubbard introduced to the Sea Organization became norms for all of Scientology gradually over time. And I think you'll notice that even in even like certain things like the restrictions on certain, let's say, sexual activity. In early days Scientology, you'll hear from people who were around at that time, that wasn't really a thing. Nobody gave a damn about that kind of stuff in Scientology. That is a perfect example of certain norms that were instituted in the Sea Org gradually became norms for Scientology overall, where they became really kind of puritanical prudes. Okay, Kitty1838 says, in Canada, it is an armed forces thing. Okay. Miss Kim says, you stand at parade rest inside, salute outside. Okay. Blue Moon says, seems to hit the night of avoiding mutual respect. I taught my son a firm handshake at 4 when introduced to an adult. It worked well for him all of his life. Absolutely. Oh, Carpe Amodium says, Aaron, it's because Hubbard was a British wannabe, and shaking hands is not in the manners book. Isn't it interesting that when Hubbard moved to England, he did try to become this British version of himself, this snob? He stopped saying processing. He started saying processing. He says a lot of words weirdly, and I don't want to attribute it to the British, but are the British to blame for the fact that L. Ron Hubbard says dinosaur instead of dinosaur? In L. Ron Hubbard's lectures, he calls dinosaurs dinosaurs. I've never heard anyone be able to explain why. It doesn't make any damn sense. Oh my goodness. Oh, let's see. Ruth says, nope, that's all him. All right, let's see. Did Nora tell you that we all heard you snore? I can't believe I fell asleep while Nora was doing her video. I'd had like multiple nights in a row of like 6 hours or less sleeping. And Nora popped up a live stream while we were sitting on this couch and I was laying down. And then I woke up and everybody was gone. I'm like, what happened? Yeah, Nora was like, yeah, my live stream said they heard you snoring. You should have kicked me or something. Oh, that is funny. Eaglewood says, yes, you did, and it was loud. every now and then, as I'm falling asleep, I will wake myself up with my own snoring. It's pretty funny. All right. Well, let's see. Love Maddie says, lots of your language is definitely Ron's from an early time. I was surprised when I hear them from all of you that have been in a long time. Oh, from all of you that have been in a long time. Shenanigans being one of them. Oh, yeah, shenanigans is a good one. Let's see. Oh, failed pessimist. Wait, do Scientologists believe in dinosaurs on the prison planet? Yes, Scientologists do believe in dinosaurs. Although L. Ron Hubbard says that all of the carbon dating is completely inaccurate. And it's that thetans, like mischievous thetans, simply have messed up the rate of carbon decay in various rocks and fossils or whatever to confuse the silly scientists who think they actually know how old the Earth is through carbon dating and other procedures. He goes, oh, the scientists don't know what they're talking about because they don't understand that none of that carbon dating is accurate because, the thetans have messed it all up just for fun, just to throw people off, I think that's kind of relevant to the explanation of, on OT3, when you learn about Xenu and the body thetans and the volcanoes and the hydrogen bombs, a scientist would tell you that those volcanoes that L. Ron Hubbard says all the body thetans were blown up in, those volcanoes didn't exist 75 million years ago. They weren't. They weren't in those locations. Most of them weren't even active. Or I don't know. I have to look how old is a volcano. I can't Google it right now. But the explanation for wait a second, the scientists say those volcanoes didn't even exist back then. That's where L. Ron Hubbard's information about the scientists have no idea how old anything is. They use that radiocarbon dating and all that's not accurate because the thetans all messed it up or something like that. All right, guys. I intended to stay on here for a bit longer, but I didn't know they were going to be sitting down to eat, so I'm going to go join them. Just having a little bit of fun. Testing out, here's what I'm testing out this time that's different than I've never tested it out before. So I'm streaming with you guys, obviously through my cellular connection, but I'm looking at my comments on my laptop, but I don't have any Wi-Fi here. My laptop is using my cell phone as a hotspot while I'm using my cell phone to stream, and I'm going to watch the replay and see what the quality looks like. It seems like the quality is perfectly fine. So this has been a fun little experiment, and I thank you all for joining me for it. Have a fantastic evening. I might jump on here and do a little something a little later, but thanks for joining me, guys. Talk to you soon.